So, good morning to one and all present here. As we have gathered here to attend the inaugural event of the value added course on renewable energy technology and its future potential, organized by the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the participants, the collaborators, and organizing members to this online event, streaming live on the departmental YouTube channel of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the department for organizing such an event, which will be valuable to our students and faculty members in many ways. India has a huge potential to harvest renewable energy, be it solar, wind, hydropower, ocean thermal, and so the list is endless. It is my privilege to introduce today the guest of honor, Dr. Chandrasekhar Azad, ex-DGM of BSNL. He is also the certified energy auditor and energy consultant at SEAM, the Society for Energy Engineers and Managers. With these words, I would like to invite Dr. Chandrasekhar Azad to address the audience.
Yeah. Good morning. Am I audible? Yush?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Good
Yeah,
morning,
yeah.
sir.
First of all, I congratulate the faculty of Integral University who has selected this topic for their program, week-long program. And this is the topic which is the most appropriate at this juncture because we are heading towards energy transition. Energy transition means we are heading towards more share of renewable energy in India's energy kitty. As we all know, Prime Minister of India in recently held a conference of parties COP conference in Glasgow has given the target, has set the target for achieving the net zero the carbon emission by 2070. To achieve that target, we need more and more your renewables in our electricity as well as in other energy consumption. And fortunately, I am quite happy to share with you all. We are heading towards 1 lakh megawatt renewable capacity
Yes.
by this the 31st of March 2022. India has 96 to 23 megawatt renewable capacity, that is except a small hydro and biomass. If we include that hydro and biomass, that would be more than 1 lakh megawatt. So we are hopeful to achieve a lot of potential that is available in solar, wind, biomass, and this will change the electricity sector or India's energy sector. As far as students are concerned, all the students, those who are in pre-final year, final year, or just have joined the BTech courses, for them this renewable energy sector will be potential employer
Yes.
in solar thermal, in wind, in biomass. Biomass just your journey has started. Hydrogen, there is immense potential in India's renewable energy sector, and this course will provide you best opportunity to learn the fundamentals of energy sector. And once you are confident, you have learned your basics, you can do some project on the renewable energy, and be professional at Society of Energy Engineers and Energy Managers We have our chapters all across the country. In Uttar Pradesh also, we have one chapter, and we have active membership. We have professionals that can guide you with renewable energy projects, that can provide you internship to work with. If you are interested, you can join hands with us for the internship, for doing the projects in this renewable energy area. So this will be a quite a field of full of potentials. I will not take much time because you have lot to learn within limited time of this week. Once again, I congratulate the faculty as well as the students who are joining this course. And if you need any help or any guidance from our side, we are always ready to provide that guidance for your future, your future in energy sector, in renewable energy, energy efficiency, sustainability. Thank you. Thank you, Piyush. Thank you, Dr. Shailendra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time. It was indeed a great to hear from you and to motivate our students to join this particular course and actually complete it and know about the renewable energy sector and learn about the technologies associated with it. So, thank you so much, sir, for joining us in this YouTube stream. The pleasure is all ours, sir. Thank you. So, moving ahead in this program, I would like to invite Dr. Shailendra Kumar. He is Associate Professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, and he'll be delivering a talk today on the topic re- renewable energy and its technology and its future potential. So, I hand over the stage to Dr. Shailendra. Dr. Shailendra, please enlighten the students with your words.
Thank you, Dr. Piyush. Uh, as as per the requirement and requirement of the energy in this world, this topic or this area is very important uh, to discuss, to generate a course, to work on it. So today we are going to start a value-added course on renewable energy technology and its future potential. The course code is ECV 2101. So let's discuss the course layout of this course. The course curriculum is consists of 6 modules, where the module 1 is going to be delivered soon, is on renewable energy and alternate to hydrocarbon energy resources. Students will listen this lecture. After that, they will have to complete the quiz, assignment, and discussion forum. All these contents will be displayed on your ILI. After that, on 30th June, the expert will discuss about wind energy, which is also having the quiz to assignment to and discussion forum. On 4th July, expert discuss on solar energy. In module 5, student will learn about solar PV system sizing, which will discuss on 7th July. On 14th July, experts will discuss about the hydrogen fuel cell, and after that in module 6, which is the last module of this course, which will be held on 18th July, will be on entrepreneurship opportunity, and latest trends in solar cell technology. So students are advised that they must have to listen carefully the lectures and attempt the quizzes, assignment, and discussion forum on online mode, ILI mode. These are the list of the experts having their contact number and email ID. You can call everyone. If you want to discuss anything, you can discuss to all these experts at any time. So, in module 1, this is basically an introductory module. In this module, we are going to discuss about renewable energy and alternate of hydrocarbon resources. In this module, we will discuss about what is energy, what is the importance of energy, what is clean energy, and what is renewable energy. After that, we will learn how to uh, how to consume the energy in more efficient way. Uh, Along with, we will discuss around the world energy scenario, the need and clean renewable energy. Actually, the discussion in this course and the content of this module are energy as an indicator of development. World energy scenario, including energy consumption, types of energy and future perspective. Energy consumption, types of energy, future perspective, need of clean and renewable energy. These are the most important areas which we will discuss. So, the energy use is progressed with the human civilization. So, and ancient uh, s- human consume their energy using the collision with. Similarly, after the development, energy human are using their energy with animals, and after time spent, human learned how to generate energy with the help of machine. So first of all, I would like to discuss on the energy. Energy means renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Basically, renewable energy is the energy obtained from the regenerative or virtually inexhaustible sources of energy occurring in the natural environment like solar energy, wind energy, mm, thermal energy, biomass energy. This is also referred to as a non-conventional sources of energy. In the category of non-renewable energy is basically a static form of energy that remains bound unless released by the human interaction. Examples are fossil fuel of coal, oil, natural gas, and nuclear fuel. We all are well familiar about the generation of electricity or generation of energy with the help of fossil fuels like coal, oil, natural gas, and nuclear fuels. This type of energy is also called as a finite energy or conventional sources of energy. Let's move towards the energy sources. Energy sources. There are six ultimate sources useful energy like sun, the motion and gravitational potential of the sun, moon, and earth, geothermal energy, chemical reaction and radioactive decay inside the earth. After that, nuclear reactions on the earth, the chemical reactions, from minerals, sources, and fossil fuels that at present we are using these fuels like petroleum products and gases. Let's discuss about the form of energy. So, so basically, we are using the energy in many forms like kinetic energy, chemical energy, electrical energy, heat energy, radiant energy, which comes from the sun due to radiations, nuclear energy. There are the important principle stating that the total amount of energy in a closed system remains constant. Energy may change from one form to the another form, but the total amount in any closed system remains constant. This principle is known as conservation of energy. It is extremely important for understanding a variety of phenomena, various forms of energy. So the classification of the energy sources based on usability of energy. So some examples are coal, crude oil, sunlight, wind energy, running rivers, vegetations, and radioactive materials like urine. These are the primary energy which is defined that they are found in the natural form, has not been subjected to any human engineered conversion process. It is energy contained in a raw fuels like coal, which is found in the inside the earth, crude oil also found inside the earth. Sunlight is coming from the sun, wind exists in our atmosphere. Running river also having some energy which can be used to generate our electricity. Vegetation, radioactive material are some examples. So these are the examples of the conventional energy sources. In secondary sources, basically the secondary energy sources like electricity, thermal energy, refined fuels, synthetic fuels, hydrogen fuels, etc., are derived from the primary energy resources. For example, if you see the electrical energy is basically generated from uh, various sources. You can generate it from the coal also. You can generate it from the oil, gas. If you are using or driving your car or two-wheelers, you will find that the oil as energy conserved in form of oil can be converted into the electricity. Based on the long-term availability, if we classify based on the long-term availability, the non-renewable energy sources, finite and do not get replenished after their consumption, are called the non-renewable energy, like fossil fuels, uranium. They are like to deplete with the time. This is the drawback of the non-renewable energy sources. In case of the renewable energy sources, uh, energy obtained from the sources that are essentially exhaustible. Examples that we have observed the wind power, solar power, geothermal, tidal power, and the hydroelectric power, etc. So before going to much more, will discuss about the energy economy and social development. Basically, the country development is depending on the consumption of the energy. If a country consuming a large amount of energy, its growth towards the developed side is faster. If the country is using lesser energy, so its growth will be lesser. So the energy is universally recognized as one of the most important input for economic growth and human development. Modern services such as electricity, natural gases, modern cooking fuel, and mechanical powers are necessary for improved health and education, better access to information, and industrial as well as agriculture productivity. Thus, secure, reliable, affordable, clean, equitable energy supply is fundamental to the global economic growth and human development. So there are four major energy uh, and use sectors. One is commercial, second is industrial, third is residential, and fourth is transportation. If we see this graph, we will find that the developed countries having this graph is basically a social progress index versus energy per country. So if we see that India is consuming less energy and the development is lesser than these developed countries if you are taking the reference of the USA. So this is the reference line. If we see that some developed countries are uh, consuming more and more energy and comes into the category of more social progress than these countries. So these are the graph. This is a graph showing the consumption of the modern fuel, other renewable, solar, wind, hydropower, nuclear, gas, and oil. After that, coal and traditional biofuels. So this is basically a global direct primary energy consumption. Primary energy consumption in 2020 country-wise, China is basically consuming a higher amount of energy, which is 145.46 into 10 to the power 18 joules, which is larger than the United States. While United States is consuming 87.79 into 10 to the power 80 joules, while India, which is very less, that is 31.98 into 10 to the power 18 joules. Russia 28.31, Japan 17.3, and the Canada is 13.63 into 10 to the power 18 joules. If we talk about the percentage consumption of various primary energy sources, we found that we are consuming the fossil fuels in the large extent. In this case, sorry, we are consuming 82% of energy from fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gases. Renewables other than the large hydro is 11%, hydro is around 2%, and nuclear is 5%. Energy chain is basically a primary energy sources is transformed to the electric energy, and the electrical energy is uh, used by the consumer by transmission line. For the case of uh, the electrical energy. For the case of usable fuel, the primary energy is basically transformed into usable fuels, and these usable fuels are transported by the roads, rail, ocean, pipelines towards the consumer, by the consumer. So generally, we cannot use the energy available in the primary energy sources directly because we cannot use the coal to directly convert energy. We will use some process to use it. Okay, so we cannot derive the electric motor from the uranium or the coal. So there is a conversion is also required. The energy available from the primary energy source is also known as a raw energy. Energy routes basically primary energy resource uh, uh, we get the final energy consumption with two routes. One is electrical route and second is non-electrical route. Common form of energies, the electrical energy, mechanical energy, thermal energy, and chemical energy. About 30 to 40% energy distribution in the world is made through the electrical supply system at present. It can be very conveniently and efficiently converted to the other form of the energy. The second form is the mechanical energy. The mechanical energy is required for movement of the objects, changing the shape of the objects. It is used in the transportation, agriculture, and other industrial processes. In case of thermal energy, it is used to raise the temperature of an object during the industrial process. It can also be converted to the mechanical energy with the help of the heat engines. As we have seen the heat engines where uh, we uh, we warm the water and use their steam to convert the energy in the electrical form. And the chemical energy, as we know that the exothermic chemical reactions release heat, the chemical energy is directly converted into the electrical energy, fuel cells, storage, batteries, and into thermal energy by combustion. The advantage of the conventional energy sources like fuel, fossil fuels, nuclear, hydro resources are considered as the conventional sources. For the cost, security, convenience are the parameters which is showing their advantage in terms of the cost. Like at present, these are the cheaper than the non-conventional sources. The security as storage is easy and convenient. By storing certain quantity, the energy available can be ensured for the certain period, and the convenience is that these sources are very convenient to use as technology for their conversion, and use is universally available. Basically, it is developed uh, in 2 or 300 years back, so it's very convenient to use it. We are basically talking about the fossil fuels like coals, nuclear, and hydrogen. What are the disadvantages? Let's see. Fossil fuels generate pollutants, which is very harmful for humans, mankind. Main pollutants generated in the use of these sources are carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, particulate matters, and heat. The waste material generated in the nuclear plant has radioactivity in the dangerous level. So that's why, which showing the need to change these conventional energy to the non-conventional energy. What are the advantages of the non-conventional energy resources? Non-conventional sources are available in the nature free of cost, like sun. Sun's energy will always be with us. They produce very little pollution. Thus, by the large, they are environment friendly also. If you are talking about the hydropower, um, wind power, solar power, you'll find that they are very environment friendly. They generate very clean energy. They do not generate uh, pollution. And if they generate a very less pollution, if you're talking about the battery, which is very lesser than the conventional energy resources. So the disadvantage in general, the energy is available in the diluted form for these sources. The disadvantage of the non-conventional energy resources, though available freely in nature, the cost of the harnessing energy from the non-conventional sources is generally very high. Uncertainty of availability, the energy flow depends on the various natural phenomena beyond the human control, like river. Uh, if river is having very less water, it's very difficult to generate high amount of energy from the hydropower. If uh, At the night, you cannot generate the energy from solar photovoltaic technology. So these are the challenges, or you can say the disadvantage of the non-conventional energy sources. Next is difficulty to transporting this form of energy and difficulty in storage. So if you generate a solar energy from the solar photovoltaic technology, it's very difficult to store it in higher amount because we need a battery. In that case, the amount of battery is quite high, and battery also generates some pollution. The examples of the sources, the primary energy sources, I've categorized in primary energy sources. It is energy system component, and third is energy carriers. So non-renewable energy sources basically are oil, coal, natural uranium, natural thorium. These are the fossil fuels converted by oil refinery. Oil is converted by oil refinery to the fuel oil. Similarly, the coal or natural gas converted by fossil fuel power station to enthalpy, mechanical work, or electricity. For example, if you're talking about the steam engine, you will see that the heating, the coil, coal heat and generate, boil the water, and the steam uh, move the engine. So this is basically a mechanical work, and also it can generate the electricity. Natural uranium is converted into the nuclear power plant to the electricity. Basically, we need electricity. Natural thorium is basically converted into the thorium breeder reactor and to the electricity or enthalpy. For the case of renewable energy, the sources are solar energy, wind energy, falling and flowing water, tidal energy, biomass source, and geothermal energy. Here, the solar energy is basically converted by the photovoltaic power plant to the electricity, or solar power tower or solar furnace to the enthalpy. Similarly, the case of the wind energy is converted wind farm to the mechanical work or electricity, which is used by some huge amount, a huge size of uh, fan are generating the electricity. Falling and flowing water, tidal energy is basically hydropower station converted by hydropower station, waveform tidal power station to the mechanical work or the electricity also. Biomass sources is basically converted by biomass power plant to the electricity also. And finally, the geothermal energy is converted by geothermal power station to the enthalpy or electricity. The primary energy use is basically is defined in quad million British thermal unit. Here we see the uh, liquids energy in form of liquid and coal is much higher, and in future it will be used also. Similarly, the natural gas consumption using natural gas or renewable sources will also increase till the 2035. World total primary energy supply of 162 499 trillion watt hour by fuels in 2017. Uh, if you see the primary energy supply with the help of oil is 32%, coal 27%, natural gas 22.2%, biofuels and waste, nuclear, hydro, and other renewable is 1.8%. World electricity generation by the source is basically total energy generation is 27 petawatt hour. So in 27 part hours, coal plays generating higher amount of energy, which is a uh, conventional energy source. Second is natural gas, 24%, hydro is 16%, nuclear is 10%, wind is 5%, solar part is 3%, and other is 5%. Trade-off between energy and environment, it is very difficult to maintain this trade-off between the energy and environment, because if we are using conventional energy sources higher amount, so definitely we are growing, but we are generating some pollutants which is very harmful to humankind. The environment means the surrounding. Basically, environment consists of air, soil, water, and the main constituents of the Piyush. Piyush, am I audible? Yes. Wait a second. So during any energy conversion process, some energy is expelled by the energy conversion system into the surroundings in the form of heat. Some pollutants may be produced by product of this process. Both of these cause certain degradation of environment. While supplying the increased energy demand, effort should be made to adopt the measures to minimize the degradation of the environment. So it's very difficult to make the trade-off in this situation. The present trend is to have the trade-off between these two. Greenhouse effect. Carbon dioxide envelope present around the globe and the atmosphere behave similar to the glass pane and form a big global greenhouse. This tends to prevent the escape of heat from the earth. It's basically a kind of a fan, and if we generate a heat, the heat will exist inside the pan, which will not come out from the pan. So this tends to prevent the escape of heat from the earth, which leads to the global warming. The phenomena is known as the greenhouse effect. So greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, include methane, nitrogen oxide, hydrofluorochloride carbons, hydrofluorocarbons, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, sulfur hexafluoride, ozone, water vapor are known as green gas. Various pollutants and their harmful effects. So, particulate matters, also known as a particle pollution or PM, is a complex mixture of the extremely small particle and liquid droplets. Harmful effects are a level above 100 microgram per meter cube, yearly average basically, results in respiratory problems. Second, level above 300 microgram per meter cube results in bronchitis. Excess emission of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere causes global warming due to the greenhouse effect, which is not desirable. Second is carbon monoxide formed due to the incomplete burning of the carbon in adequate air. Incomplete burning of carbon means incomplete burning of a coal, you can say. Harmful effects are carbon monoxide concentration of 100 ppm causes headache, 500 ppm causes collapse, and 1000 ppm is fatal. Smokers inhale carbon monoxide concentration of 400 to 450 ppm. Next is sulfur oxide. In the presence of sulfur dioxide in air is mainly due to the man-made reasons involve combustion of the fuel containing sulfur, causes respiratory diseases, causes acid rains, causes corrosion of the metals. Similarly, nitric oxide and nitrogen oxides produced from the reaction of the nitrogen and oxygen gases in air during the combustion. So harmful effects are causes respiratory and cardiovascular illness, deprive body tissues of the oxygen, form acid is lung and they are more toxic than carbon monoxide. The safer limit is basically 100 microgram per meter cube. Next slide is amount of pollutants from various fuel-based power plants. The pollutants carbon dioxide per gram per gigajoule. So hard coal is basically 94,600. Brown coal is comparatively uh, generate higher carbon dioxide, which is 101,000 gram per gigajoule, while the gas is generating much lesser carbon dioxide, which is 56,100. So these are some pollutants: carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxides, non-methane organic compound, particulate matters, and uh, fuel flue gas volume total, which is 360, and is lesser from the gas, that is 272. The status of the few top coal producing countries: China is basically producing uh, 3,3561 metric ton. This is basically annual production, and proved reserve in million ton for future use, that is 1,14,500. India exists in the third number, which annual production is 613 metric ton, and proved reserve is 60,600 billion. The status of the few top coal producing countries year wise, if you see that the China is generating uh, 2,536 metric ton in 2007, and in 2020 generating 3,902 metric ton. If we'll talk about the India, in 2007 it's generating 478.2 metric ton, and in 2020 it's generating 756.5 metric ton. Environmental and social problems. So what are the environmental problems from the conventional energy sources, like water pollutions, hazards, air pollutants, ambient air quality which is degraded, marine pollutions, solid waste disposal like batteries disposal, we can say it, acid rain, stratospheric, stratospheric ozone depletion, global climate change, that is greenhouse effect, essential factors for the sustainable developments. Public awareness is very necessary, because if public aware, definitely they use energy in more efficient way, like they will use light emitting diode bulb, LED bulbs. In case of conventional bulb, they can replace it, and switch off the light when the light requirement is less or not required. Second is environmental education and the training. If our students know about the environment and which is very uh, helpful to maintain our health, so it will very good to our mankind. Next is innovative energy strategy. If we use the innovative energy strategy, you'll find that we we will be using the energy in more efficient way, promoting renewable energy sources and monitoring the evolution tools. So these are the parameters or factors by which we can educate our uh, uh, public or mankind to use the energy more efficiently. These are the references, and now we have come to the end of the module 1. If you have any query, you can ask it. So, with this presentation, thank you for listening. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you so much, Shailen sir, for an enlightening this session with your words. I would like to see some questions, but there are no questions as of now. So, thank you, participants, for participating in this event, in this online event. All of you are requested to go to the ILI and do all the activities associated with Module 1. And if you have any queries, you can contact Dr. Shailendra Kumar, and you can talk to us anytime. You can call us or mail us. Thank you so much. We'll see tomorrow, or maybe in the next module. You'll be informed accordingly. Next module when it is going to take place. Okay. So till then, see you again. Bye bye.